Is it a good time to plant right now? Heck no! The only three people that are telling you to plant right now are 1. They sell plants, 2. They don't know what the heck they're doing, 3. A combination of the other two. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you exactly why it's not a good time to plant right now. You don't have to believe anything I say because today I'm gonna give you facts. So let's get started. Alright, before we get started, there's one thing you need to understand about plants, and that is most plants grow when the night temperatures are hot. The hotter your night temperatures, the faster they grow. So what's going on in the winter time? The night temperatures are dropping. It doesn't matter how hot it is during daytime. It's all about the night temperatures. So is it a good time to plant right now? Well, of course it is for you, because it's a lot cooler. The sun is not blasting you in the face when digging holes outside. So for you, of course it's gonna be a good time to plant right now. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about your plant, because it's all about your plants, right? Is it a good time for you to plant your tree in the ground? Well, let's talk about it. So let's say you want to plant a star fruit right now in the winter time. You go to your favorite nursery, and of course they're going to tell you it's a good time to plant right now, because guess what? They want to sell you a tree. So they sell you a star fruit and you want to put it in the ground right now. This plant in my area is frost sensitive. Frost will kill your plant in my area. Whatever the ice touches is going to damage your plant, and if it's severe enough, it's going to kill it. Is it a good time to plant this in the ground right now? Well, in my opinion, it's not. For one, the night temperatures are cold. So even if you plant this tree in the ground right now, it's not going to grow. It's going to wait until warmer night temperatures next year to start growing. In that time, your tree is going to be in the ground. You're not going to be able to move it. And if you forget to frost protect it one time, you lose everything you see here. All this right here, depending on how hot the temperatures are in your area at night, it's going to take 6 months to a year to regrow. So, are you getting a head start by planting this in the ground right now for next year? Of course not. My recommendation is, if you have a plant like this, just keep it in the container. At least in the container you can move it around, and it's a lot easier to protect. Now, if you still want to put it in the ground, you're going to have to make sure you're frost protected, because your plant will not have roots in the ground to come back from. So if it takes frost damage, it's going to die to the ground, and the roots in that container are not going to be strong enough, big enough to make this plant come back from the root system. So my recommendation is wait until next spring. This is what I tell you here at my nursery when you come to my place. I will tell you the truth. I'm not just going to tell you what you want to hear. And this is why I started this channel, because I hate most places. Other places I sell plants, especially during the winter time, they will tell you anything you want to hear in order for them to make money, because it's all about the money. Do I blame them? No. I know everything costs money. I know they have overhead, but they're not telling you the truth. And that is how people kill their plants during the winter time. Remember, most plants grow when the night temperatures are hot. The hotter the night temperatures, the faster they grow. So even if you're planting right now, you're risking killing your plant, especially if you're planting anything that is tropical, anything that likes warm temperatures. Here at my nursery, I will tell you the truth. I will tell you exactly how it is. I'm not a good salesperson, because most times when people come in right now and they want to buy a mango tree, they want to buy a wax jambu, they want to buy a Jamaican cherry, a strawberry tree, and they're excited to plant it right now. Well, I tell them it's not a good time to plant. If you want to buy it, just keep it in the container and wait until warmer night temperatures. And that is next spring. So guess what people do? They don't buy the plant. They leave, and I lose the sale. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it's a good thing for your plant, because I'm giving you accurate information that's best for your plant. Well, and it's a bad thing for my wallet, because I'm losing a sale. But that's not the reason why we started this nursery. We started it because we wanted to grow plants. We want accurate information. When you go somewhere, you expect the person selling you the plant to know what they are doing. You're expecting them to tell you the truth, and that is not the case nowadays with most plants, and that is just sad. It's just the world we live in, guys, and that applies not just to plants, it applies to everything else. So what plants can you put in the ground right now? So you still want to plant something in the ground right now? Well, anything that is not cold or frost sensitive, like this fix, it's a good time to plant right now. Um, are you getting a head start for next year? No, you're not. What's going to happen is your tree is not going to take cold damage or frost damage. You're going to put it in the ground, but guess what your tree is going to do? It's going to wait until the soil temperatures warm up and the night temperatures warm up, and then it's going to start growing roots. Just try rooting a fig right now outside in the cold and see how long it's going to take for that fig to root. Outside in the cold, it's just not going to happen. Unless you change the ambient temperature or change the soil temperature, your figs are not going to grow. How about some pineapple guavas? These plants in my area can tolerate the frost, they can tolerate the cold, but is it a good time to plant right now? Well, I mean, if you want to put it in the ground, you don't have to protect it, you don't have to worry about the winter time. Yeah, you can put it in the ground, but is it a good time to plant? I mean, I don't know. These plants mainly grow when the night temperatures are hot. So these plants, if you put them in the ground right now, they're just gonna sit there until warmer night temperatures. And that is next year, next spring. When I say warm, what do I mean by warm? I mean, it depends on the plant. Some plants start growing at around 50 degrees consistently. Other plants like it hotter. These Jamaican cherry trees, or also known as strawberry trees, these guys here do not start growing until it gets around 60, 70 degrees consistently at night. So can you put these guys in the ground right now? I mean, it's up to you. At least you don't have to worry about them in the winter time. But if you get really cold in your area, I would say in the low teens, then yeah, it's going to be a little too cold for this plant. So for you, you need to wait until next year. Pakistan mulberry, can you put it in the ground right now? Yeah, you can, because it doesn't take cold damage or frost damage. But your tree is still going to sit there until warmer night temperatures next year to start growing. You got to understand that. It's not like your tree is just going to start growing and you're going to gain a few months worth of growing before next year starts. It's just not going to happen. The only reason why you can plant this tree right now is because it does not take cold damage. Same thing with this southern magnolias right here. Can you put them in the ground right now? Yeah, you can. Will it grow? No, it's just gonna sit there until warmer night temperatures next year. Now, are you getting the picture? I hope you do, because it's really not that complicated. So there you have it. Is it a good time to plant right now? Well, that depends, guys, on the plants and on you. You want to put your tree in the ground and you're willing to protect it? That's fine. Go ahead and put it in the ground. But do not put it in the ground with the false pretense that you're getting a head start for next year. It's just not happening. You're putting it in the ground because you want to do something. Maybe you're buying a tree on sale right now, because a lot of nurseries are having sales right now simply because they don't want to move their trees around. They don't want to protect them in the winter time. They don't want to put them in greenhouses. I mean, I'm having sales right now, and that's the reason why, because these plants take effort to keep alive during the winter time. So I would rather just push them out cheap so people buy, and so I don't have to take care of them. It's just the way it works. But you know what? I will tell you the truth, though. I'm not just gonna make up story. I'm not gonna make you believe that it's a good time to plant right now so you buy my sales. I'm gonna tell you the reason I have it on sale is because I don't want to take care of it. I'm gonna tell you if you don't protect it, it's going to die. I'm not gonna, lie and tell you it's a good time to plant right now, that you're gonna get a head start for next year. Your plant's gonna grow amazingly during the winter time for a cold or frost sensitive plant. I'm not, because I'm not that person. And I guess honesty doesn't pay in this world, but at least, I know my plants are not going to die. I know if I give accurate information to somebody, their chances of them being successful is way higher. I know nobody did that for me when I was a customer many years ago. So, but anyways, am I saying all plants don't grow in the wintertime? No, I'm not saying that, but I can easily tell you over 95% do not grow in the wintertime, especially for tropical plants. They just don't, unless you have the right conditions for them, and that is light and temperature. If you're missing one, your plant's just not going to grow in the wintertime, unless you live in the tropics. So don't comment below and tell me, oh my God, my plant grows amazingly in the wintertime because blah, 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 and then you live in Puerto Rico or South Florida. Sorry, you don't count, guys. I mean, if you live in the tropics, obviously all year round it's going to be warm for you, and you can plant any time of the year. But anybody else, normal people like us that are trying to grow tropical plants in non-tropical areas, no, not a good time right now. Can you still plant a lot of things? Yes, you can. But you got to be careful. You got to have the right information, and that's how it works. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. If you have any questions, as always, comment below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I will see you next time.